God's hand. Hi everyone, and welcome to my Patreon if you're new here. If you're not new here, then you know how these videos tend to go. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about my new demo of the month, which I don't have a name for yet. Maybe you guys can help me with it, I don't know. But before we get into that, I want to start off with just this check-in, mental health check-in, see how we're doing, and yeah, let's go. So, mentally, I am a mess, but what is new? No, I'm fine. School was weird. Like, if you don't know, I work in a school, and pointing at the camera a lot, I don't know why. I'm working in a school, and we've been sent home because someone has COVID, and it's just like everything to do with school is slowly starting to stress me out. Whereas before before the half term, which was the last week of October, I had a really good relationship with working kind of like, alright, doing the school teacher assistant thing full time, and then doing the music in the evening. I had a really good relationship with that, and as of recently it's kind of falling apart. I partly think it's just a period thing, because my period was due, but I don't know. I've just been, for some reason, things are becoming harder to do and whatnot. But because I've been sent home and I have to self-isolate for 14 days, the kind of silver lining of all of that is that actually I can concentrate on the things I want to get done. And then when I do go back to school, whenever that is, I can just concentrate on school, So, yeah, but I think it's going to be a lot of push and pull with this job, and this is why can you see like the baggage under my eyes? Like, yeah, this is from school. But I kind of pull it off well, I try. Anyway, we are talking about the new demo of the month. Now, I need you guys to level with me here and let me know if you like this layout. If you don't, I will change it. I will make it more accessible, but just let me know, as per usual. So yeah, we're going to talk about a song that I've written, which was inspired by Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald. And the song in particular, because I've done quite a few songs together, the song in particular is called Cheek to Cheek. And there's a very interesting story behind the song. So, if you don't know what Cheek to Cheek is, or what the song is, it's your typical, jazz standard romance song. It's like, yes, there is a sexy lady over there, I want to dance with her. Hey, there is a sexy man over there, I want to dance with her. That is basically the song. I've described the song in 30 seconds. And it's it's one of those classics when you hear it, you just kind of know it. Even if you don't necessarily know the words, you just kind of recognise the tune. Same with, What a Wonderful World, I Get Misty, that, it's like one of those songs that we remember. And for some reason, I thought to myself, I want to write a song like this. I don't know why. I think my type of musicianship is, let me do the hardest thing and just make everything about this really hard for myself and let's go for it. So yeah, I thought I wanted to write a song like this. However, when I was kind of doing the research part of writing the song before I was actually getting to the actual writing of it, there are a few songs. I'm very much thinking of Big Mama Thorpe, who, they talk about sex in quite a very literal sense. It's not like kind of metaphors and similes about romance. They kind of talk about sex in its most rawest form, which I kind of love those songs as well. But what got me is, obviously, there's a reason why these like kind of jazz standards like Cheek to Cheek, Misty, etc., were popular because, they were able to be played with all ages. But it did make me think, like, where are the songs that are just about sex? About like nasty sex, not even like the cute shit, like, I don't know, where is the Megan Stallions of the 40s? I don't know, but it did make me think, and it did make me wonder. I did find a few songs that were like that, but it's interesting because certain genres that we associate with certain like tropes, they're very specific, and it's quite interesting once you do a bit more research into it. And that may have not been worded correctly, but I'll get into it because it's like, especially jazz, you know, it's, I think there's a lot of types of jazz, and I'm going to stretch and reach a little bit and say and extend that to like R&B, soul, kind of like your slow jams, so to speak. There is this kind of expectation, especially for women, to talk about romance, even if it's not like a healthy romantic conversation, is to talk about romance in a certain way, or talk about sex in a certain way that's not so vulgar, that's quite like, it's why Donna Summer, even though she did just go, but you know, we'll again reaching here, is why when she first came out everyone was like, she's talking about sex like this, you know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, stop this video and go listen to Donna Summer, actually, just listen to all of them. Yeah, I love to love you, baby. Listen to that song in particular. Like, there's a 12-minute version, you can find the shorter version. It's like, even that was considered like really raunchy for back in the day. And it just made me realise how puritanical we expected women to be. You know, whereas men, you know, I'm talking about heterosexually here. When you get into queerness, it gets a bit muckier. But like heterosexual men could just write about, yeah, I've got my second wife. It was just the norm. So yeah, it just made me think, and it just made me think about tropes and like certain genres we associate these tropes with. And it made me kind of look at myself as an artist who, one, I'm very sexually fluid. And also I mean, a lot of people are kind of going, oh yeah, I'm genreless or whatever, but if I had to pick a genre, I guess it would be all R&B, I guess, or alternative soul. But it's like, it's interesting because when I try and find artists who I want to do the same thing as, it's almost like I can't find it, or it's like, I don't know, I can't find someone who I'm like, yeah, I'm exactly like that artist, which is a good thing, I guess, but also it makes it hard to write songs in the style of other people, or it's hard to write songs and like find reference points, so to speak. So I thought I would subvert the narrative, you know, and a little bit of theory in there. And I didn't want any confusion of like, oh, you know, does this imaginary man in this song, does he like me? Or I didn't want any lyrics about romance. I literally just wanted to write about a one night stand. And I just wanted to run with it and see where it went. You know, it's not necessarily truthful, so to speak, kind of ish, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to take certain tropes of the jazz genre of the woeful submissive woman, and just turn it on its head, you know, kind of still have that, I don't know how to describe it, still have that theme throughout, but just have it be like radically honest. So going back to the song, just thinking of it, like, one of the lines is, if you spit in my face, I'd probably say I'd probably say no hard feelings, because I was taught by my mum that to solve every issue with semen, you know, like, oh, you know, I was told to solve every issue with dick, so here we are, like, give me your penis. You know, I kind of, I wanted to just be so radically honest in a song, and this is probably why, one, it's never going to get played on radio, but I do feel like it's one of the most coherent songs I've ever written. Like, it's one of those songs that actually makes sense. The subject of the song is just being insecure of yourself, but kind of using sex as a security blanket, and just that's the only thing I feel really assured of. And yeah, it's not supposed to be sad. It's just supposed to be something that, you know, people can relate to. It's supposed to be kind of satire-ish as well, I guess, but there is a bit of truth to it, because there was a point where I was just like, well, fuck it, no one else is gonna like me, I'm just gonna have sex with people and just hope for the best. You know, and it gets like that sometimes, and it's fine. And before I go, there is one aspect of this song that just was interesting, because I was writing songs like this, and as you'll see, I made a playlist of songs that I've used as reference points, and mind you, this playlist is a bit all over the place, so mind, you know, be wary of that. But I came across a Bon Iver, Skinny Love, and it doesn't sound anything like this song, I just kind of came across it. I was like, oh yeah, let me listen to the message of this song. And it was interesting, because I thought this song was quite cute, but actually it's about, you know, a woman who wasn't really into the relationship. She was just, you know, just into like the novelty of it all, and he's kind of like, well, fuck you, I liked you too, or whatever. And it's interesting, again, realising how much heterosexual men can get away with. Because I was like, oh, this song must be a cute song, whatever, there's my bias there. And then actually reading it, I was like, oh, okay, wow. You know? And the reason I bring that up is that it's funny how I have a funny feeling this song's not going to go down well. I'm just going to call it now. This is on my private Patreon, so whatever. I don't feel like the song's going to go down well, or I feel like I'm going to have to edit it to shit for it to go down well in the public. But I do find it interesting how, again, heterosexual men can kind of get away with writing women as sexual deviants, and like, oh my god, you're just obsessed with sex, you're not into relationships at all, oh my god, whatever. And like, but just put a synth under it, put a, you know, an 808, still some niggerness, like get Andre 3000 in the mix, and it's just seen as the greatest thing ever. Sure, okay. But yeah, that's what this song is about. I want to call it Quick Fix, because that was the original name I had for it, and then I realised Quick Fix didn't really is not very singable, so I changed it to something else. But I feel like I want to call it Quick Fix. So at the moment, the current title is Quick Fix, but as you realise, what happens with the morning song is that things do tend to change. So this might change. Oh well, I hope you're well. Like I said, comment below, let me know if you like this demo. Do you like this demo? Do you think is it your favourite out of the four I've posted? I think there's 4. Might be 5, might be 3, I don't know. But out of all the demos I've posted, is this your favourite? Is this your least favourite? Tell me why. All that jazz. I shall see you in the next post.